Hello, 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 everyone. I hope y'all can hear me all right. We are outside. You can see so much of my beautiful property this time of night. Love to see it. We are out here to smoke a cigar, and we are going to be doing our Q&A segment. Very excited, especially we got new people here, people who are not here when we did that Q&A all of that time ago, back when we were doing HelloFresh stuff. So we're back. Basically, how it's going to work is I'm going to light a cigar, and however long it takes, you guys have to ask questions. However long it takes for me to smoke the whole thing. And then we will be moving on back to our computer. Thank you. Welcome back to all of y'all. What was I thinking? I have questions of my own that I can pick if you guys do not have anything you can think of at the time. If you want to ask a question, feel free, honestly, just to send it in chat. Like, I'll try to keep up with it, but I will focus on highlighted messages. You can use that with channel redeems, and that'll give you special privileges to get there first. If we run out of both highlighted messages and stuff going in chat, I will just pick some questions. So, without further ado, let's get the light going. That's gonna take us. I probably should have lit it before doing this because, I do have to kind of use two hands, but I want to reset OBS. So on what you say. It does that if you close OBS without ending first. Oh, okay. I thought I ended. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably closed it before it finished ending. Got it. That makes sense. Thank you. Todd, before anyone else, hold on. Which side of the war I'm on? I've already answered that. I'm on everybody's side. But when Gibbon's involved, I'm on main side, I guess, because your team is stacking up. And I'm, in the name of peace, I will side with Maine so things are even. Bet. Essentially, you're really gonna have to handle on the fuck train. Yeah, Todd first always. It's playful, Todd. Keep up. Right. I'm into that. Todd started this. Todd started all of this on peak. We're in the cigar of the wrapper now. That's what she said. Amazing. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll hold this on my leg. There we go. Oh, no. No! It's supposed to be a fake, like, oh shit, and then became a real oh shit. Nice clean cut. You can take it. Can't take it. You can go easier on him. Very good of you, man. Let's see how well this goes. I can use this lighter, but it's so small. I got big hands. You know the thing about guys with big hands, and it do burn. Also, I appreciate the cutter I have because it was a gift from a friend, but I need to get a cutter that allows me the slick cut instead of the full cut, because the full cut, sometimes I just feel like it takes me longer to start those. No, I like personal. As you can see, we're only partially lit. I've never smoked this type of cigar either. It's smaller than the other ones I use. I mean, you can ask about the animals. You can ask about like how we treat them. Ooh, ooh. See, like 8. I actually mentioned that earlier. 5. It like assaults me. See how short it is? Like, it's gonna take longer to burn, I think, is what's up with it. But the smoke reaches your throat faster. One giant one. One giant one, Todd. And 8 chickens. 8 hens, 1 giant cock. Next question. Bet there's some of you out there who are loving to hear that this is big. I think that that's what she said was implied. I think that was intended by the author. Like a taller smoke because of how much enters quickly. Like, I have to open my mouth up more to not have it go back. You're tired. You said you're going to bed. Why don't you go to bed, Todd? Or take a nap and come back. That's a good question. Let me go get it for you. If it gets you to come to my zip code, I'll take it. What was I thinking? The other livestock I have 2 cows. They are actually back there right now. They're vibing. They kind of like to sleep outside sometimes. I have 2 cows. Technically not cows. They're bulls. Cow is female. I'm not milking my male cows, Todd. Especially not on stream. Maine loves the cows. I gotta get you more cow pictures. I like how happy it makes you. Love it. Makes my day. But yeah, I got 2 bulls. One is, they're named Bandit and Rogue because how often they escape. They got out this morning. That makes time number 6 that they've escaped. So Bandit and Rogue have been an interesting group, but they're like 3/4 Angus and then 1/4, I forget the name of it, begins with a P. Is really good. It's like second only to Wagyu. It's another Asian brand. So it's gonna be really, really good. Cows are just cute. Cows are just cute. I suppose they can relate. What was I thinking? And then 1 horse. That's it so far. Plus 2 cute cats. 3 if you include Maine. Alright. I gotta pick this back up now because it is sitting on the... Or I just gotta take the lid off. It's sitting on the thing of cards. We got Icebreaker, we got Deeper, and we got Deep. If you guys can't think of someone to ask, let me know what kind of card you want me to pull. All right, we're good. Ask away, chat. Bigger fence? Yeah, we got a better fence. This last time, sometimes it just like, with all the moving parts, a door just simply gets left open. That's what happened today. Can pull, but it ain't a card. Are we talking about your udders? Sometime. I'll pick one. We'll go for a middle. If the phone will stay. There we go. Have to be gentle. Nice gentle pull. What did I think about before going to sleep last night? Next question. No. Depends which time too, because I had a split night, so I had my shots at 1:30, the injections, but I also want to go to mass because we're doing the stream today. I wanted to be prayed up for it, so I got like 2 hours of sleep, woke up, went to mass, and then got a few more hours of sleep. It's 5 total, and then went to got the injections and came back. In both cases, there are other things on my mind as well, but I'm always praying on my way out. I got prayers I do next to the bed, prayers I do in the bed when I'm about to fall asleep. Usually a St. Joseph consecration or prayer ends up being like the last one of the day. What was I thinking? There are other ones too, the Holy Spirit prayer, if I remember to do the second half. I always do the first half in the morning, but sometimes I forget the second half before bed. But I was talking with someone last night, and they know what I was thinking about before bed. I kid around. I guess icebreaker next. Are you guys not even there? I feel like I would be getting more reactions. Is it coming through okay? Good. I'm actually okay. There we go. See, it just took a minute. Did you guys get all of that, or did it buffer? Hey, that's a good question. Favorite childhood memory? Talking between other things. Tom's a big fan of being pegged, makes him crash out. Should upgrade his CPU to a new model. Favorite childhood memory? I'll read that in a second. Did you guys get the answer to the first question I pulled? Okay, bet. So, next question, I'll give it to Century and then I'll read this. Favorite childhood memory? That's really hard. Do you count high school as childhood? High school and elementary school are probably peak. Yeah, I'll do one for each. You guys know I'm long-winded. So, pre-elementary school, I had a great just neighborhood. My cousins lived there. I had a couple good buddies who lived there. So the games we play out there, I don't remember any particular, but just the time I spent with my friends and siblings. We used to do, there's the First Friday devotion in the Catholic Church. And my parents got the whole neighborhood to do it. So we'd do that every first Friday of the month. And that was like a massive party every time. That was great. But that's the games. We had a trampoline. I'm trying to think of what trips. So it's like Cedar Point, water parks. I think that's probably I mean, there are some core religious memories. I don't remember my trips that well to Caritas, which is where I met Daniel. It is like the beginning of religion kind of in my life. It's a mission that deals with Our Lady of Medjugorje, that my family has been friends with for a very long time. I've been there like every other year, if not every year, of my life. Sometimes there's a few years in between, but I love that to death. And then middle school is hard. Middle school, like, when I went to trauma therapy, had like 5 different instances. that was middle school, as it is for most people. But heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah. I never did a lot of sports when I was a kid. I do kind of regret. We did go to these though. My dad would get us ticket to monster truck shows, and we would go, and we got to sit in a booth, and so I'd be watching monster trucks while Star Wars: The Clone Wars was playing. That's a core memory. Middle school, probably my confirmation. That's kind of when I became me, I guess. Like I went through like a weird spiral. Like I was super like Catholic. I guess in my, like I never went away from my faith. It just kind of was like a struggle back and forth when I was a kid of like being super loosey-goosey when I was in middle school age. And then in high school, I went super the other way, and I kind of found the peace in between. As I later learned, the saints say most people do. But as everyone does at the beginning, like I knew that God existed and that I loved him and I felt loved by him. I knew he was a God of love and I wanted to love everyone, but I didn't know what that meant and who he was. And so I had to reckon, like, there was the world, you know, the people in my life, there was God, and there was the truth. And there was also like disagreement in me. And I just had to find a way to reconcile those things where everyone was happy and there was peace everywhere and love everywhere. And that took in high school kind of like cutting a lot of shit out of my life, but then slowly working it all back in a healthier way. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm ranty, but that's Q&A. Middle school would be, and Maine, feel free to answer these questions as well yourself, all of y'all. Middle school would be confirmation. Washington, D.C. trip and Niagara Falls trip with the school were fun. High school is really hard. I loved high school, from Disney to the friendships I made, the D&D campaigns, being my sister's sponsor, for confirmation, going to Cedar Point with the band, the marching band competitions, getting a 1 at states my senior year has to be like near the top of the list, getting my black belt, and signing up for the Marine Corps. So that's it. We'll leave that there. I went to Medjugorje in 2019 as well. Well, it's still technically in high school, so. Hey, we all have our own road. Love is what matters most. Next question I had is, if you had to do a special ops secret mission, who would you choose as your spy partner? Given how saucy spy movies can be, I guess Maine. Would be fun, but who would be the best spy? I think Maine could honestly pull it off. Very disciplined, more so than people might think, from my experience. And also the seduction factor and the stealth factor. But Dylan might be alright. Federal might be alright. He missed some things. Gibbon would be like just too obvious. Squirrel would probably lock in. I think Squirrel could do it. Daniel could do it. I don't know. I can think of other people, but I'm going to go with Maine. I don't know. Gibbon is good at Among Us. You know what? Sandals could do it too. All right, we're going to deeper now. We just had a deep question, I guess, but we're doing another one. Oh my God. Have you ever questioned your spirituality or considered changing religions? There we go. The closest thing I guessed was to becoming a Protestant, and that wasn't like really that. It was just in middle school I wanted to like separate God the Father from God the Son, in my own words. But I never like got all the way there. I knew I believed. Like, I knew that the Bible, Jesus was who he was, and like things I couldn't reconcile with. I couldn't make the Bible say things it didn't say. And so I had to find a way for that to be love before I could kind of reconcile with everything I did. And thankfully, that kind of just became my personality in high school. And that really went really well. So, never considered Islam, Buddhism, anything like that. Just nothing there. Nothing at all in anything else has ever been attractive to me. Would sooner die. Next question. Federal just texted me, and someone just popped back in the stream, so I'm wondering if that's him. Best hangover cure. I've never been drunk. Don't know. Yeah, we all have our struggles. That's sign of stuff. Pray. God wants to tear back the veil. A lot about that is learning how to see what's really important. And reconciling with pain. Learning to, we are going to be alive for all of eternity. There are only so many years in our life where we can earn glory, where we can do things that were hard, where our free will is really what made the difference. And that's this life, and pain makes that happen. And pain also helps us in sacrifice and the depth and meaning of that. Pain is just a truth that helps with justice. And so all those things and more give life a particular meaning when we feel like we wish things were different. And you just got to lean back and trust the story. Trust the story, and that's going to be beautiful. And you got to believe that God knows your heart and what it was made for. And sometimes you got to change yourself to get there, but it's worth it. You're all good. I was kind of worried about you, but I figured at least now you can play Minecraft with us. Maybe do some Bed Wars. Maine, are you still here? I want to do Bed Wars with you. I want to play Minecraft with Maine very badly. You wish there was less society to deal with? There would be less people then. And part of learning to love life is learning that people are the greatest joy there will ever be. Second only to God himself. They are more than worth it, having to operate on a broader scope where it's hard. It's really hard, especially when free will is to be considered, how to come up with what's best for us. And to an extent, we're all guessing. And that's what trust is about. The one rock we can all hold on to is love, and his name is Jesus. What types of jobs have I had? Okay. What types of jobs have I had? Heck yeah. Hey, Potato's worth the time too. He helped you with so many of those things. I appreciate that you've been here as long as you have. Minecraft will be what we do next then. Potato's open to it. I could even join him later. I'm still open to the idea of lethal. If that's what he's doing, but I don't want to interject. What was I thinking? What type of jobs have I had? So my first job, I got it from basically my best friend in high school. His name was Jackson. He was the guy who was my DM. He's one of two friends, him and the person I call my good friend, Ryan Bailey. Shit, I just kind of doxed him, but there are a lot of Ryan Baileys out there. Sorry. He doesn't do anything with us. You guys would never know who that is anyways. We're fine. But the two of them kind of help me have friends with the Gale profile. Okay, you're playing off stream, and you'll be doing Gale, neither of which I can do. Bet. Totally fine. Have fun. I hope you guys have fun. Wishing you all the best. He got me a job at a warehouse that he worked with, which is great. They were great people, very easy to work with. It kind of is more of a family situation. Yes, not yet though, later. We'll be doing a Minecraft in 10 minutes. We still got a little bit more cigar to go, but it's not as far as, it's got farther than it looks because knock a little bit off. We only got that much left. But yeah, those two people kind of brought me out of like the bullied stage of my life into like the cool kids. And I really, really deeply appreciate them for that. But Jackson got me that job at a warehouse. I worked in a warehouse that stocked stuff for KFC, Long John Silver's, Taco Bell, A&W, stuff like that. It was really cool seeing all the props and the uniforms and shipping all over the country. Would text my family like in different states like, hey, we're shipping out to, somewhere near you. After that, it was just the Marine Corps, and then it was the marching band, Walmart, streaming, college coming up, not there yet. And what else? DoorDash, the farm. I worked at a farm-to-table shop. My sister works there now. I left there. I think that's it. Oh, I stayed at Caritas for a month. I was a consecrated single for 1 month of my life. This wasn't a fit, especially in the sense of, like, they got 4 hours of sleep a night, and with the head injury stuff, I just can't do that. So, I can't work super hard all day and then do that. It'd be worth doing. Cart pusher for nearly 3 years. Landscaping briefly. Heck yeah, praise be Jesus for that memory. Sounds like a chill profession. Loop tech for 2 years, and now you're in the Army. Amen, Century, amen. Next question should be... What was that? I think that was deep, so I think Icebreaker is next. Have I met any celebrities? Who and where? I forgot to mention Comic-Con earlier in a childhood memory. I went to Comic-Con. I met Brent Spiner. Plays Data in Star Trek. That was huge. I didn't get to meet them. Chris Hemsworth was there. I saw him. I saw a panel of people from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Other than that, I guess I've seen Kareem Hunt outside of football. I don't think anyone else yet. I know a bishop. A bishop used to be my pastor. I almost met the governor of Ohio at Buckeye Boys State. Yeah. I think everyone should honestly spend some time in something like a convent or a monastery or a consecrated group. Just a developmental thing. I mean, in high school, I swore off dating for like 4 years as kind of a means to lock in. But it's more than that, too. Like, you want just the time for prayer to be kind of separated into this other way of life is really, really edifying. Favorite teacher growing up and why? I won't say their name, but my AP language teacher, I think, takes the cake. I liked my Gov teacher. We disagreed on a lot, but I liked my Gov teacher. Good guy. That's what I loved about my high school, is we all disagree with stuff. I kind of regret, sadly, it was that kind of stuff that separated me from the person. I still kind of am in touch with Jackson, but it kind of college, and he went down a very different road, and it wasn't even us, but other people that kind of pushed that as a thing between us, and it wasn't really either of us broke it off for that reason. It's just I guess people in his life kind of pressured him to not associate with people who had different ideas. What was I thinking? But favorite teacher was AP Lang, for sure. I love English so much. I could just write books my entire life. And she liked me a lot. She was the only one who she made a special note in the yearbook that my senior year about me. But I loved a lot of my teachers. I was on great. I always loved my teachers. Always loved all of my teachers. And also a special shout out to my Scoutmaster. Doesn't really count, but I love him. Love him. I'm sorry to hear that. You gotta be able to talk to people. People are just people. The bigger things are just bigger things. Learn to connect on the small things. You'll find ways to reconcile with the big things. That was really Buckeye Boys State. Talk about my experience. it was so different than what actual politics looks like. So we were just kids and we didn't hate each other. And so like we found pretty like reasonable solutions to most things put in front of us that kind of everyone could agree upon, regardless of perspective. It's really just bullshit. It's just bullshit. 90% of government is bullshit. As much as I honestly love government. Government's one of the best things humanity has ever invented. I stand by that. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Just a lot of sucky people out there. What famous person would I love to meet and why? I'll make this one short and we'll just say the Pope because this is our last rotation of the cards. Century knows a guy who knows a guy who knows the Pope. I'm not that far removed. I know a bishop who presumably knows a Pope. Last show I binge watched, Naruto. I'm doing it right now. I'm not watching as quick of a pace as I did Avatar, I suppose. How about you guys? Describe my dream backyard. All right, last question. Dream backyard. I think I found it, guys. Like, I think I found the kind of life I want to have being out here, where it's just like, it's not suburbs and it's not rural. I could live in the suburb. If I had to choose one or the other, suburbs or rural, I'd choose suburbs. I'm too much of a people person to be that separated, but I love how they do it where I am. Like, it is, it's a 7-acre lot. 90%, like, it just goes super far back that way. And, like, my neighbor's, like, right over there. And it's the other house, the other neighbor, right across the street. So, like, I get the suburb human connection. And, like, I'm not, like, right next door. I don't live next to a Walmart. But there's one less than 10 minutes away. So, I can go out there when I want that. But when I come out here, I get the peace. I can be in nature. I can have all the awesome animals. That's kind of what I want. So, dream backyard, something like that. Somewhere I can hunt. Somewhere I can have a pond. Somewhere I can have animals. Somewhere I can use as a range. Somewhere I can host parties. Hosting parties. I mean, if you're still there, I'm super curious. What is life like in Argentina? Like, just the simple things. I've thought about asking you before and having gone around and messaging you. Like, I was driving DoorDash the other day. It's like, which side of the road do y'all drive on? Or, like, what is, like, when I say urban, suburbs, rural, subrural is what I call where I live now. Like, how close are those dynamics to what you would see in a different country? Yeah. We don't want to talk about it, though. We're not going to talk about politics. Javier Milei. We're not going to talk about politics like that. Talk about politics specifically. But yeah, South America just always fascinated me because I have no idea what goes on down there. You know? Like, when you hear about history and world in American schooling, like, other than, like, it in Africa more so than it, I like the least relevant. Like, we have a lot of our history has to do with Europe. A lot, unfortunately, has to do with Africa in some bad ways. Loads has to do with Asia, too. Current events have to do with Asia. But, like, when it comes to South America, we don't really hear about anything other than Central America. Like, there's whole wars and nations that have fallen and risen. I just know nothing about, and I don't know how life is like down there. Like, I really want... I've always wanted to go to Brazil or Argentina or Chile or even farther south. I just want to go, like, Argentina reaches the bottom tip of South America. So I guess Argentina, I just want to see, like, what life is like on that side of the equator. Like, I get, Australia is just, it's just cowboy Europe is Australia. So I'm not too worried about visiting there. Like, I get Australia, but yes, it does. I think main tabbed out. I can't see who's here in this mode. Well, I think that's about it. We're almost done. Any more questions before we go? Deep shit. Like, ask me something deep. Allegedly still here? Based. Minecraft in like 5. We're gonna finish this up and head over. I'm gonna just show you guys my bandages earlier. I'll show you guys that when I get back on stream. Wow. Paris Island, we talked about it earlier. Because I fucking died. Oh, powerful miracle? I've never seen a miracle. That's actually something I take as like a cool thing in my life. For a while, it was really hard. Especially when I was in a rough period of my life. That like, my mom has seen miracles. I know a miracle happened to her too. I wasn't really there for that. Like, I've never seen one myself. And the same end, on the other side, like, I just feel like it's a cool thing to be able to say that, like, the miracle that I see every day is people. Like, I see how God touches hearts and changes hearts, and, like, I just love people, and I love making people happy. They're the best, and when I see that, like, I see the face of God. That's really as simple as it is. But a lot of stuff, like, if you're talking about, like, something he did for me, I know, like, my healing journey, I was supposed to be, like, an invalid for the rest of my life. I was supposed to stare at a wall, and that was going to be it. I was going to stare at a wall, and that was going to be, like, the rest of my life. And I just happened, it was through the people I had met through the church that got me, like, hooked up with for very cheap at super discounted prices with people who were, like, who were expert doctors, people who had treated football players, people from fields that have hardly developed yet, for both the PTSD and the head injury, that gave me my life back. So I'm grateful that the relationships I have in my life. But the most powerful one is how to be Paris Island, because, like, I lost everything, dude. Like, I lost everything, and I lost everything for everyone. Like, that was a big part of it, just wanting to be someone, like, for myself, for God. Like, I realized the most valuable thing that I can give to someone else is me, because the most valuable thing is people. And so it's like the things I do for people that made me feel like I was a part of the relationship, like I was giving to other people. And so when I just lost my brain and, like, I lost my ability to do stuff for the world and to, like, help other people, I just died. But it was during that time that, like, the most amount of people I know in my life converted. During that period, converted, you know, the Satanist in the squad bay converted a couple of other people in there, brought them to God. Yeah, Mass Henry almost died. Or no, you're talking about you. Okay, I'll read that in a second. Most amount of people came around because, like, it was they knew that, like, there was nothing else to me, and, like, everything sucked. Like, everything sucked. It was, like, constant torture, and, like, you know, I would go and I would try to cheer other people up, because in that, the only way you get out of that, honestly, is to do it for another person. Like, if you can help cheer them up, you'll get cheered up. And so I became a confirmation sponsor twice in that period. I saw a bunch of other people turn around, and to this day, like, the things that I do that are good, I still credit to, like, the merits in heaven I earned in that time of my pain, and consecrating that to God and what God was able to do through that. So thank you for that. As for you, One of my work buddies is supposed to be like that after a drunk accident. Mass Henry almost died. Got you. Praise be Jesus that he's doing better. Alright. We're just at a stub, so we're going to get going. Thank you all so much for coming out. We're going to transition over to Minecraft. Be right back. Got to dunk this and get back on the computer. But I will see y'all soon. If you are interested in playing Minecraft, let me know in Discord. I'm going to join the poker table. Meet me in there. Run low Minecraft. We're going to have a lot of fun. I will send, it's just Hypixel. Hypixel.mc is the server we're going to. If you want to get there before I get there. I love you all, and I will see you all soon. Thank you for that. Always fun. I love the personal stuff. You guys know I love to get to know you guys. So next time we got to do like a you guys Q&A. Toodaloo. Thank you to Sentry for sharing.